Hi everyone, this is Stacy. I wanted to come on and just make a short video about my journey with the Catholic Church and how I kind of became a rebel and how I turned that around. So I was raised Catholic. I was adopted, and the one thing that my biological mother asked of my parents was, this is through, again, people not directly because they've never met, but was asked that I was raised Catholic. So my brother Toby and I were both raised Catholic, and so much so that we went to church every Sunday and went through all of the sacraments. I appreciated the structure and the ritual and the beauty and the community in the Catholic Church. I loved the connection that I had with all of the friends that I made, the priests, all of the people that supported me in the Catholic Church. I really appreciated all of that. I went through every sacrament. I went through baptism. I went through communion. I went through confession, confirmation, and even marriage. There were just some things that maybe didn't completely resonate with me. So I just wanted to bring those up as to how I became a Catholic rebel, and then I basically turned that into becoming a Catholic mystic. So the first one was with baptism. I was raised believing, from my mother's belief, that if a baby was not baptized before, like let's say a baby died as a baby and they hadn't been baptized yet, then they were going to go to hell. So that immediately seemed not correct to me, because if God is an all-loving God, then how are we as a baby going to go straight to hell if we don't go through the sacrament of baptism? The next one was communion, which I like. The only thing I didn't understand was why not everyone was allowed to take in the body and blood of Christ, and maybe that has changed today. Confession was when I remember being a child and having to think of what did I do to sin, and being really afraid to speak to the priest. I was actually afraid of being punished and what he might do to me. But then I learned you basically are just given a few Hail Marys and a few Our Fathers. But still, it was very scary to me every single time. And I basically just mostly said that I had been mean to my brother, which was true. And then I made confirmation, which was confirming that I was going to be a Catholic for life. And then I was married in the Catholic Church, and then later divorced, but didn't go through the Catholic Church for that. So I remember being in high school, and some of the ways I considered myself as a Catholic rebel, or how I became a Catholic rebel, was that I started to question things that didn't make sense to me. And the two main questions that I asked when we were given an opportunity one time was, by the priests and our youth group advisor, I asked, why can't priests be married? And the answer I was given was that priests are only married to the church, so they're not allowed to be married to a woman. And the second question that I asked is, why can't women be priests? And the answer I was given for that was that women are married to Jesus, women are nuns, and women are not to become priests. So the thing that I started to question from that point was the idea of God as the Father. Not that I questioned that God is a father, because I like that, but where I started to question was, why are only men allowed to be priests, and why are women not allowed to be priests, and where is the mother aspect of God? So I recognized that Mother Mary was highly revered and still is in the Catholic Church, and so she is an aspect of God because she was Jesus's mother. But then Mary Magdalene was always considered, from when I was growing up, a prostitute. She has later now been considered a saint, and according to a website that I looked in, from my understanding of the Pope has now brought Mary Magdalene in and changed the understanding of her role, which was basically that she went from being a prostitute to now being an apostle of the apostles. She was right next to Jesus along the whole journey of being an apostle. And Mary Magdalene has written a gospel, including the Gospel of Thomas. And some of the gospels, those two included, are known as now the Gnostic Gospels, and they were taken out. So looking throughout history, I just started to question, why were some of these things taken out? Why did some of these things happen? Why were some of these stories put into place? And, you know, just like with everything in life, I've questioned everything, and I find that questioning everything for me works, because what it does is it allows me to explore what is resonant and aligned within me. You know, it allows me to really go deeper into the stories and say, does this really feel 100% true? Or does it seem like there may be some missing pieces in the story? And if there are missing pieces, what might those be? And then exploring those a little bit deeper. So the thing that I am really interested in all of this is that, to me, God is an all-loving God. And if we are told that we're born sinners and that we're going to hell if a baby doesn't get baptized as a baby, or that if you don't follow certain rules that you are going to hell, that to me doesn't fit in with the idea of an all-loving God. And then again, the balance of where is the mother aspect being as equal to the father aspect. Because when you think about it, women bring life into this planet with babies, birthing babies. So to me, God would actually seem very much to have a very feminine side, a feminine aspect. So I'm still in this exploration of the feminine side of God. And to me, what it did was it, for a little while, turned me away from the Catholic Church, because a lot of things didn't make sense. So I kind of rebelled from the Catholic Church. But then over time, I went back to Europe. I visited churches in Europe. I started to appreciate the ritual and the ceremony of the Catholic Church and the beauty of some of those churches, and the stained glass and the cathedral ceilings and just the gorgeous architecture in these churches, and just the beautiful people that are Catholics. Many Catholics are absolutely beautiful, beautiful people. And so it brought me into what I would now call myself is a Christian or a Catholic mystic. And to me, a mystic is a person that is really interested in that deeper divine connection with God and exploring the direct connection to God and whatever that means to that person. But that is where I'm at in my life right now. And I just wanted to share with you my journey through the Catholic Church. And I think that it's good to question things. I think it's good to be discerning about everything when it comes to spirituality and religion. And I've also studied world religions, and I find that there is a very similar parallel when you look along all religions. And now the conclusion that I've come to is religion is really the purpose of all of the teachings in religion is to teach us love. I believe that is truly what Jesus taught. I believe that is what the Buddha taught. I believe that is what Muhammad taught. I believe that is what all religions actually truly teach. The problem is people take stories and aspects and twist and turn and say, my way is the only way, your way is wrong. If you follow your way, you're going to hell. The only way to heaven is my way. And again, I go back to the idea of an all-loving God. I go back to, how can I live from love? How can I live a soul-led life? And some of these stories just don't really make sense to me. And it's fine if they make sense to someone else. But I just wanted to share that because it's a personal story. It's my journey through the Catholic Church and where I am right now. And again, I would consider myself a mystic. I am very deeply, deeply interested in having a direct connection to the divine, to God, to Mother, Father, God, to source energy, to life, to the presence of my higher self and my soul, and how can I live a soul-led life? Because trust me, I've lived an ego-led life and it hasn't worked very well. And I'm just really done with learning through suffering. And I just want to learn through love. And the suffering has actually taught me love too, because it's that whole thing that I really think Jesus was really teaching is about forgiveness. Can we forgive the people that have wronged us the most? Can we fall into that place of forgiveness? And it doesn't mean to have them be brought back into your life or not have any boundaries with them. It means that I love myself enough to not hold on to this pain and suffering and hatred and animosity anymore, and I forgive. I forgive, I let go, and I let God. And so that is what I wanted to share with you this evening. And I would love to hear any comments. If you follow along, please type in replay in the comments below. And if you have any comments of your own, any of your own personal journey or stories in your own faith, in your own religion, whether it be Catholic or not, I'm interested in hearing about it. And I'd also like to invite you to join me on 3 Days to Breathe again. That starts Monday. I can also put the link in the comments for that. But otherwise, I just want to send you guys so much love, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Signing off.